Today I'm going to speak about lyric. Broadly speaking, poetry can be divided into two main divisions. First is subjective and second is objective. In subjective poetry, the poet goes down into himself and finds his inspiration and his objects in his own thoughts, feelings, and experience. In such poetry, he expresses his own thoughts and feelings, his joys and sorrows. His individuality is expressed in this kind of poetry. This is the poetry of self expression. The other kind of poetry is objective poetry. In objective poetry, the poet goes out of himself and deals with the outside world. It is not possible to make hard and fast classification. One kind of poetry often mingles with the other. Lyric is considered the most subjective poetry. Originally, the word lyric was used for the poetry meant to be sung on a musical instrument called lyre. With the passage of time, the word lyric came to signify short musical poem. Lyric has almost unlimited variety and range. There are lyrics of love, patriotism, nature, religious worships, etc. The lyrical poetry deals with all kinds of emotions. The reflective lyric has an element of philosophical speculation. Let us discuss the important characteristics of the lyric. First is it must embody a worthy feeling. It must inspire us by its sincerity. Its language and imagery must have beauty, harmony, vividness, and propriety. And it must express some single mood or feeling. The essence of lyrical poetry is personality. Great lyrics of the world are typically human rather than individual and particular. Some lyrical poetry is communal in character. For example, Hebrew lyrical poetry was chiefly communal. There is also meditative or philosophic poetry in which element of thought becomes important. The language of the lyric must be simple and direct. The lyric must be musical. Verbal music in the lyric is very appealing. The best lyrics are emotional in tone. They appeal to our hearts. The lyric is characterized by intensity and poignancy. It comes out of the heart and goes directly to the heart of the readers. Spontaneity is another important characteristic of the lyric. It is unpremeditated art. There is effortlessness in it. Let me come to the brief history of lyric. During the Elizabethan age, the lyric separated itself from songs and became independent. Love was the pivotal theme of the lyric. The metaphysical poets also deal with love, but they intellectualized the emotions also. The poetry at the Romantic age was the most fertile as far as lyrical poetry was concerned. During the Victorian age also, the lyrics continued to be written besides other kinds of poetry. The pre-Raphaelite poets also wrote highly lyrical poetry. Later W.B. Yeats contributed to the lyrical words, but most of the other poets were far from being lyrical. John Drinkwater, Walter de la Mare, W.H. Davies and Masefield wrote lyrics of nature and lyrics of love. Thank you.